Wish him a happy birthday in the chat. Love that guy. Let's jump right into maybe some Satoshis, actually, because we haven't had a coin toss in a minute. And I know that my mom is trying to get a coin toss going. So we got Dante's backstage. Is the sound working again now? Are we good on that? We're getting a lot of no sound, can't hear you, but we can hear us. Okay, things can be heard. Let's give my mom some sats, y'all. She's been waiting patiently. Bitcoin Well, that is an exchange that we use here at Sat Chats so that we can take our Bitcoin directly into self-custody. When you're trying to make like Ithaca hummus and buy the dip, it's much better to take that dip right into your own dang fridge. Bitcoin Well helps you do that. When you sign up, bitcoinwell.com/satchats, they give you 2 coin tosses for free. You can win up to 1 million sats per coin toss, which is a lot of fun. The most we've ever done on this show is 210,000. Reg, see if you can pull up that Bitcoin Well and yeet a coin into the well. We'll see what comes out. The biggest we've ever hit on this show is 210,000 Satoshis. A lot of times it just comes out 300 sats, 500 sats, whatever. Click that redeem 500 points. You'll get 500 points as you buy Bitcoin on Bitcoin Well. Come on, baby. 494 sats. All right. It's not nothing. And one day that'll be $494. It's just like number 62, Jeff Booth says. Coffee money today is car money tomorrow. Mom, I hope you got those Satoshis. Let's bring Dante on screen. He is going to come back to play again. I mean, Dante, I think, was he last week? I think he was last week, and he got all the way up to the 13th question out of 14, and then he didn't go with his gut. He got it wrong. He got knocked out. We'll bring Dante on stage. We'll explain how to play the game, and then we will get going. So while he's coming on to the screen, let's talk about how to play TikTok Next Block if this is your very first time playing. What's up, Dante? He's back.
Hey man, I thought I was second in line today, but yeah, I'm ready whenever.
All right, good. Well, you're in luck too, because I was I did not update this week's game with this week's episode. So you're going to be playing game set number 2, which has a mix of questions of it from across all time. So you've got a nice healthy mix of trivia for yourself today. So let's talk about how to play. There are 14 blocks standing between Dante and 1 million sats. If you get a question right, then you can walk away with your Satoshis. If you want to move on to the next game, to the next block, then you need to risk those Satoshis. If you get the next question right, you can walk away or move on to the next one. If you get the question wrong, I'll drop you back down to the last earned amount, cut that in half, send you on your way. I do want you to win, though, so I'm going to give you 3 resources. We're going to load you back up with resources here, Dante. Somebody in the comments put a better than resources. Somebody help me name that. We can't use the such and so lines that you might have heard from another game because we don't want to be too similar. We need something, tools or resource, something Bitcoin related. You can have me eat hummus. You can go to the chat and see what they think the answer is. You can go backstage to where Reggie and Anna Bevan are hanging out and see what they have to say. You get 21 seconds to answer a question. Each of these resources will add almost another half minute. You can stack them up. You can use Google, Gemini, ChatGPT, the chat, your own document, our YouTube channel, anything in your possession to try to win this game. If we go back to the scoreboard, to the leaderboard real quick. So you made it to Last time you made it all the way to question number 13. You didn't get it right. So we took you down to 624,100 Satoshis. We cut that in half. So let's do some math here, Dante. That means that you walked away last week with 312,050 sats. So you're just underneath the bronze slot. And if you, let's see, Senor has 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 2 across 3 appearances. So if you can get literally the first question right and then just walk away, you will get the number 3 slot on the top players list. How does that make you feel, Dante?
Really good.
You don't need that much to beat Candy, by the way, because she's at 493 and you're at 312. So if you can go any, I tell you what, Dante, let's calculate so that, because this is like a sports game where you need to know what the stakes are, going into the game. So 624,100 minus 493,039. You need 131,061 Satoshis to take the top slot. So you either need to get to question number 6 and get it right and walk away, or you need to get to question number 10, get it wrong, and drop down to question number 9 and walk away. So those are your stakes here, man. Are you ready? Are you ready to play the game? Do you know how it all works?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1, Dante. For 46,683 sats in our flagship show, Sat Chats. I sure hope you get this right. What do we chat about? Is it A, the Middle Ages, B, tacos, C, furniture, or D, satoshis?
D, satoshis.
There we go. And where was my cool music, Reg? Where it's like the intensity. Dante was going to answer that question too quickly anyways. That is correct. We do chat about sats. We actually have spoken about all 3 of those other things.
Yeah, they're all correct.
But we don't. They're all correct. It's actually kind of tricky, but sats is the right answer because that is what we chat about for real, okay? Are you ready for question number 2? Okay, because again, you could walk away right now and be our number 3 player of all time if you just walk away.
That's tempting, but I'm going to keep going.
Keep going, dude. Why don't you go for the top slot? Beat my dad. He's the number 2 player with Fanny Packer. Question number 2 for 59,092 Satoshis. What is Bitcoin? Is it A, money, B, worms, C, decorations, or D, shields?
I love this question. A, money.
A, money is correct. It is correct. I had to be really careful with this one, Dante, because Bitcoin is so many things that if I didn't choose ridiculous options for the other, you could get tricked, right? It's tricky. It's tricky. All right, Dante, you're through the first 2 questions. Tell us a little bit about what you've done between last game and this game. Have you done any more preparation? Have you been training? What's been going on? How are you going to get to the million sats today?
Well, I did watch the 3 episodes of this last week, and I caught up on I also watched a few more of the ones I've been on, so I think I'm on 61 or 2.
Ooh, now 62 is Jeff Booth. So have you watched his episode yet?
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. Dude, you are trucking through season 1, and my hope is that episode 99 with my wife is like is a satisfying payoff for you, right? Because the whole first season was about training for that conversation with my wife, man. So I
Okay.
can't wait to hear what you think about it. Okay. Question number 3. Do you want to move on?
Yes.
Here we go. 74,800 Satoshis, Dante. Where are the keys to your Bitcoin? A, on the blockchain. B, in your wallet. C, under your mattress. Or D, in the couch.
B, your wallet.
B, your wallet is correct. Way to go. Now I saw the light reflecting in your
Yeah.
glasses a little differently there. Was there a bit of a Google search that occurred?
Yeah, that was a tricky one because sometimes the technical knowledge with that, I could have guessed blockchain.
Exactly,
Wasn't
exactly. And you would have
100%.
been wrong. Your Bitcoin is in the blockchain, but your
Yeah.
keys are in your wallet, right? So that's a really interesting one. You know, everybody's Bitcoin is it's
Yeah.
kind of like in their own little post office box on the blockchain, and anyone can slip an envelope of Bitcoin into your post office box. Only you have the keys to open it up and do something with it. So
Well, that would
they're
make
in
sense
your wallet.
because if it's on the blockchain, that means other people could see it and nobody can see my keys. So,
Exactly. And by the way, if your keys are not in your wallet because you're buying on an exchange that's holding your Bitcoin for you, they're the ones with your keys. So, not your keys, not your cheese. It's not going to hurt you to get started on River or Kraken or Coinbase. Just once you've learned enough about Bitcoin, you know, every once in a while, maybe once a month, once you've got another million sats racked up, go ahead and pull that hummus. Pull that hummus into your own fridge, baby. Don't leave it in the cold case at the grocery store. Dante, question number 4. Do you want to move on?
yes.
For 94,683 Satoshis, where is our studio? Is it A, in the North Pole? B, in Don't Cry for Me, Argentina? Everybody seen that movie with Madonna. C, Raleigh, North Carolina, or D, Washington, D.C.?
C, Raleigh, North Carolina.
C, Raleigh, North Carolina is correct, Dante. You actually knew that one pretty quickly. So, how did you know the answer to that question?
Well, I would check to see how close it was because I'd go there if it was closer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because did you say where you're like in the Midwest?
Yeah, northern Indiana.
Northern Indiana. Okay, okay. Let's do a little trivia for Stuart here. The capital of Indiana is Springfield?
I think is it Indianapolis?
Indiana. You live there, man.
I don't don't pay
Right?
attention.
Capital of the state that you live in. Dude, Indianapolis. Okay, okay. So Indy 500. Now I'm tracking you. Dude, they didn't do a good job teaching us geography in school, man. I'll just say that much.
Yeah. I used to know it.
Okay, Dante. Question number 5. Do you want to continue, my friend?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're moving into the medium tier. You made it past the easy tier. So here we go.
Okay.
Question number 5 is worth 119,852 Satoshis. Which one of these has not been used as money? Is it A, Bitcoin, B, beads, C, salt, or D, bottle caps?
Well, as far as we know, D, bottle caps.
Okay. D, bottle caps is correct. That's a little tricky because if you ever play the Fallout games or watch the TV show, bottle caps are money in their like post-nuclear apocalyptic society.
Oh, I
But it
didn't know
hasn't
that.
been used in real life yet. So that was a little tricky. Okay. Do you want to move on to question number 6, Dante?
Yes.
Okay. You still got all 3 resources. So if you get something wrong without using one of those resources, you can always trade all 3 in for a second life. Here we go. 151,712 Satoshis. When are we cutting our forward supply in half? When is SatChats cutting its new supply of published episodes in half? Is it A, on our 1-year anniversary as a show? B, when Bitcoin cuts its forward supply in half? C, after we reach 1 4-year cycle as a show? Or D, never?
After 1 4-year cycle, or when Bitcoin does? Well, what you guys started when, last year?
We started January 20th. So what I mean by our 1-year anniversary is like 2 months from now, we're going to cut our number of episodes in half, or 4 years from January 20th, our own 4-year cycle, not Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. Are we going to cut our forward supply in half on January 20th of next year? Are we going to cut it in April 2028 when Bitcoin goes through a halving? Are we going to cut it 4 years from January 20th, kind of like our own little 4-year cycle, or are we never going to cut it in half? And by the way, the chat is all over the place on this one, brother, which is unbelievable. I actually give people the answer to this question all the time.
Well, I have to go
All
with
right,
my.
now you got it.
I have to go with my gut, and it contradicts the chat. I thought you were going to do it when Bitcoin does, so that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, now he's going with his gut, chatillionaires. He didn't go with his gut last week, but he's going with his gut this week. Did he learn his lesson? Reggie, show him the right answer. B is correct. B is correct. Dude, why is the chat so confused about this? SatChats is built like Bitcoin. There's an entire short stack we did where we go through and say, hey, guys, anyone can exchange their money for Bitcoin. Anyone can be a guest on SatChats. Bitcoin cuts its forward supply in half. We cut our forward supply in half. So April 2028, when Bitcoin cuts its block reward in half, we're going to drop from 4 shows a week to 2 shows a week, which should make studying for the game show easier, Dante, by the way, because it's half the work.
Yeah, you
right?
commented to me about that on YouTube, so that's what's helping me.
I did. You were like, hey, man, I'm in the 50s somewhere. And like, you had to take like a break for 3 weeks because it was like, you know, it's a lot of work to catch up. And you're like, dog, I had to back off for a couple of weeks. I'm back. I'm like, no problem. We only added 10,000 episodes for you since you've been away. But hang in there because, you know, now it's basically like 2.5 years from now, things will get easier. Okay, guys? We know that you're supporting SatChats, Satillionaires. We know that you're doing the work of keeping up with all of the people we're chatting about sats with. It's going to get easier in 2.5 years, I promise.
Yeah, I almost overdosed on SatChats.
I got to say, man, I love seeing you in the comments. Like, you got to Bellamy's episode. It's like, hey, I remember Bellamy.
Right.
So it's been good for me, man. Okay. So it looks like my mom is continuing to go berserk in the chat. She has 4 questions right. Suleiman is trying to catch up. He's got 2 questions right. You guys remember to play in the chat. If you get the answer right first, we will send you 1,000 Satoshis, okay? May not be straight away because we try to batch all of our payments, but I promise you we're good for it. All right, that was a little tricky. We're moving into the top half of the medium difficulty questions here, Dante. Are you ready to see question number 7, or do you want to walk away with 151,000 Satoshis? Because, by the way, I'm pretty certain we calculated if you walk away right now, you are our top player of all time. But if you keep going, you risk dropping down, getting chopped in half, and walking away without the gold slot to your name. What's it gonna be, brother?
I can't leave now.
Yeah, come on. You got to keep going, man. Question number 7 is worth 192,040 Satoshis because you do still have all 3 of your resources. Which one of these is not yet a content type? Is it A, Sat Chats, B, Sat Chats short stacks, C, Sat Chats tall stacks, or D, Sat Chats rehash? Not yet a content type.
C, tall stacks.
C, tall stacks is correct. Way to go, Dante. Okay, everybody, you might have seen over the past week or two that I've been floating this idea really ever since Evan's episode, Money Grows on Merkle Trees, of taping some like 2 to 3 hour conversations with people who are so technical that it would never fly in our main channel feed. It needs to be in a membership area of YouTube where if you are a Bitcoiner and you want some of that rabbit hole action, you know, you can watch from there. So, Dante, what do you think about the idea of a membership only Sat Chats tall stacks?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea for people that are not beginners anymore. It's good to have both.
Now, what did you think about Evan's episode? Did you see Money Grows on Merkle Trees?
I did, and actually, I'd probably need to watch it again to understand some of the things that were talked about.
Yeah. He had such a deep knowledge, but there were things that he could explain really simply, like when he was talking about what it's like to try to find the solution to the block puzzle. It's like trying to roll snake eyes 70 times in a row before you roll anything else. That kind of helped me to understand the difficulty that these computers are trying to achieve. You know what I mean? That was kind of a cool way to explain it. Okay, let me know in the chat if you guys want Sat Chats tall stacks as well. All right, I think we just filmed our first one. Oh, I tell you what, too. That was question number 7, right? Okay. Reggie, let's pull up Bitcoin Well again. This is kind of like the 7th inning stretch. We're halfway through the game with Dante. We've got Mom in the chat who has racked up 4,000 Satoshis. Suleiman says, I want the tall stacks for free over here in Pakistan. Let's pull up Bitcoin Well. Let's throw another coin into the well here. You might need to make that full screen, Reggie, so that it's easier for people to scan. Let's see what we get from Adam and the crew over at Bitcoin Well. What does that say? 637 Satoshis. Okay. It's a little bit more than last time. That's maybe 50 cents in today's terms. So get your Lightning wallets out. First person to scan that QR code wins the Satoshis. Again, bitcoinwell.com/satchats if you want to buy Bitcoin directly into self-custody. We like them here in the United States. Obviously, if you're Suleiman, you got to go somewhere else because it's only in the US or Canada, but they're a good group of guys. Question number 8, Dante, is worth 243,088 Satoshis. Do you want to risk the 192,000 sats that you've already won in order to see this next question?
I got to do it.
Got to do it. You got to do it. Come on. Question number 8. What's it called when Bitcoin recalibrates its proof of work target? Is it A, the halving? B, replace by fee? There we go. C, difficulty adjustment? Or D, check pointing? I'll read that again since we didn't have the slide up lickety split.
Thank you.
What's it called when Bitcoin recalibrates its proof of work target? Is it A, the halving? B, replace by fee? C, difficulty adjustment? Or D, check pointing?
When Bitcoin recalibrates its proof of work, so that would be the difficulty adjustment. C.
Okay. Are you gonna lock in your answer there? You're gonna send it to the mem pool. We're gonna try to process it as a transaction here. Difficulty adjustment, that's what you want to go with.
Yes.
Reggie, let's show him the right answer. The right answer is C,
Yeah.
difficulty adjustment. Now, see, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, Dante, because we're still building this game in real time, aren't we?
Yeah.
As soon as you hit that halfway mark, I'm going to start trying to psych you out. You know, where it's like, are you sure? You know, in the beginning, when you give me the right answer, it's like, okay, that's the right answer.
Right.
As soon as you get to question number 8, I'm like, okay, you're going to lock that in. Are you sure? You still have some I'm going to see if I can get you to burn a resource.
You
You know what I
doubt
mean?
myself.
Can I? Yes. Now you're in the second half of the game. It's time for me to attack you psychologically. Okay.
I felt that.
All right. So, the difficulty adjustment is correct. And that's something we talked about in Evan's episode. Money grows on Merkle trees. Okay, Dante, you have now reached the you've reached a question in game set 2 that no one has ever reached. Because look, remember, we put the we put the new answers on here as a paper that's been,
Yeah,
you know,
I remember.
This was right. So this was where are we? Here was your question number 8, right? And we've used this card before. Okay. So there's us adding the new question on top. I'm gonna get out of order here. Now you're on question number 9. No one has ever seen this question before in the game. So this is brand new territory. It's worth 307,706 Satoshis. Do you want to see this question?
I do.
Okay, here we go. I'm actually starting to get a little nervous. Let me know in the chat if you're getting nervous for Dante. Question number 9 says, how often does Bitcoin's network recalculate its mining difficulty? Oh, no, look, we got another one here. Okay. And is that right? 3S. Okay. Oh man. Let's see if you know the answer to this one. Come tax time, number 130 Jana told us the exchanges would send you which form? Is it A, Form 1099B, B, Form 1099K, C, Form 1099DA, or D, Form 8949? This episode is from last month.
That's a good question.
This is a good question. And what game set is this from?
I actually did see this episode too.
Okay.
D.
What can you remember? Okay. Did you say D?
D. Yes.
Okay. And D. All right. D. And you're good with that. No resources desired. You're ready to lock it in. I know, I can't psych you out. What's going on? You want to lock that one in? Because now you don't know if I'm trying to help you or if I'm still trying to psych you out. See, this is quite nice.
Quite nice. Yes, final answer.
Final answer D, form 8949 is wrong. Wrong. It's wrong. So Jana told us that come the new year, right? The government had placed the responsibility of tracking all this business onto the exchanges, okay? The exchanges then have to send you as a Bitcoiner a form, and the form they're going to send you is Form 1099 digital assets. Look at the DA on the end of that thing. 1099 DA. The DA means digital assets. So you got that sucker wrong. And if you watch number 130, Jana's episode, you'll see that she thinks all of the exchanges are going to get your information wrong and that you might end up having a headache where you have to go to the exchange and say, this isn't right. You have to correct it. And what are the chances they'll be able to correct it in time for you to file your taxes? She was predicting a huge mess. So you
Yeah, that
you got that wrong, Dante. What's that?
That was not a fun episode.
That was that episode was like, that was one of those we were like, oh my goodness, this is making me uncomfortable, right? We tried to keep it friendly. We try to keep it based in stories where things go well. We're a welcome center, you know, we're not like a haunted house. But when she came on, it was like, dude, oh my God. All right, now you still have all three of your resources. So that's like a safety net for you. You can trade them all in to keep going if you like.
Oh, wow. And if I don't keep going, what do I win?
If you don't keep going, we drop you back down to question number 8, which you got correct. We chop those Satoshis in half and we send you on your way. Now, there's no real downside to continuing because I haven't come up with anything yet in that area. And as we're live on YouTube, what I'm thinking I might do, Dante, in the future, maybe we'll try something and you all let me know in the chat what you think. If you trade in your 3 resources to keep going and then you get it wrong, you leave with no Satoshis whatsoever. It's almost like the safety net comes all the way out. And if you want to keep charging hard at 1,000,000 sats, but you get it wrong, you just splat on the ground. Do you know what I mean? That actually might be kind of a fun way to create some strategy around, do I keep going and risk it all? Or do I just go back to the question that I got right, cut it in half and walk away, right? But right now, the rules as written, there's no reason why you shouldn't keep going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big change. Well, for this instance, I'll keep going then.
You might you know, we try to be as much like Bitcoin as possible, but since we're building this game show in real time, we do in fact change the rules. I know that as Bitcoiners, we want to know what the rules are and we want to make sure that they don't change, but that's because we don't want a rigged game, right?
Yeah.
And if we didn't change the rules in this game, then we would never have the trade in all 3 resources to keep playing. So I'm thinking that maybe we will implement that going forward. I'm going to talk to Anna Bevan and Reggie about it, see what they think. That could be kind of a fun little, maybe that like raises the stakes. You know what I mean? Don't you think that kind of raises the stakes of like, do I continue or do I walk away?
Oh, 100%.
Anna Bevan, will you grab me the first game set? Because I think these questions might be the end of the first game set. And I want to have them right here. So grab those for me on the other side of the studio. So it sounds like you're going to turn in your resources and you're going to keep going, right?
Yes.
Okay. And my mom says we should cut it in 1/3 instead of cutting it all the way out. No, Mom, it's all or nothing, okay? All right, so let's see if game set number 1 has those questions for you, right? Now, by the way, what I'll explain to you while Anna Bevan's flipping through those questions for me, since you're going to use all of your resources to get past this question that you got wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, just set it on the table for me. So since question number 8 was the last question you got right, and then question number 9 is the one you got wrong, you're going to move on to question number 10 since you're turning in your resources. But if you get question number 10 right, you're not going to drop down to number 9 and get cut in half. You're going to skip over it back to 8 and get cut in half because it's the last earned amount, right? You didn't earn that amount of Satoshis. You're okay. You're good. All right. So let's jump into question number 10, okay, which is worth how many Satoshis? 389,501 Satoshis. Reg, let's show him that slide. Okay. What's it called when Bitcoin recalibrates its proof of work target? We did that one. There goes Jana. Okay. And now we're going to lock in on question number 10. We're going to see what this question is here. Okay. Okay. Last month, which guest first met Samson Mao in China? Is it A, number 3, Justin, B, number 35, Jordan, C, number 130, Jana, or D, number 131, Killian? You better get this one, dog.
Oh man, I don't remember. I have to guess. I know it's Killian or Jana.
All right. Well, you don't have any resources, so I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Jana, C.
Jana, C. Let's show him the right answer. It was D. And by the way, if you were looking really closely at your screen while we were getting to the 10th question, you would have seen the moment where Reggie accidentally hit the space bar, flashed the answer, and then backed it up to the question.
No, I didn't notice
Everybody in the chat was like, bro, yeah, answer shown. Dude, everybody in the chat's like, oh, dude. Yeah, you know one thing we need to do for you, Dante, and for our players is find a way in our streaming software. I think there's a way to show you the chat from YouTube, even as you're in the game.
There is. I can see the chat.
Oh, you can see the chat where you are?
Yeah,
dude, they're going insane. They're going insane.
And I love you guys in the chat, but I didn't believe the answers.
Suleiman says D, answer was already shown. My mom says D, Alfredo, D. My mom, yep, answer shown first. Now they're yelling at you. Look at the chat, read the chat. Oh, dang. Okay. All right, Dante. So let's take a look here.
Sorry, guys.
So, hey, look, this is still early, Dante. People are still learning how to play this game aggressively. Eventually, we're going to have like absolute ninjas come on this show and be cutthroat. So the last question that you got correct was question number 8, because we took you to question number 9 about Jana. You didn't get it right, and then we went to question number 10. Okay, so question number 8 is worth 243,088 Satoshis. Reggie, let's back up to the top 3 players. Let's back up to the leaderboard. Definitely don't go forward because we don't want to burn these questions. Back up to the leaderboard. So last time you got all the way to question number 13. You got that wrong. So you went down to 624,100 Satoshis. We cut that in half. We paid you 312,050 Satoshis. This time you get credit for question number 8, which is 243,088. We're going to cut that in half. That's 121,554 Satoshis. Let me add the 3102, 312050. Okay, so Candy has 493,039 Satoshis. You are now at 433,594. So that's not bad. You're taking the number 2 slot, dude. You're taking the number 2 slot. How does that feel, man?
That's good news.
That's good news. That's good news. So, Senor Gringo, I don't know. Yep, Senor, I see you in the chat. Sorry, bro. We need to get you back on so you can play again. 345,892 Satoshis. Those are rookie numbers, Senor. You got to pump up those numbers, Senor. Okay? You're looking directly into the face of the man who knocked you off the podium. Senor Gringo, I need to hear how you feel about this in the chat. Dante, you are scheduled to come tell us your Bitcoin story. We are really excited about that. I don't want you to spoil your story so that, we want to keep that loaded in the chamber. But before you go, what I do want to hear from you, Dante, is how have you been weathering this most recent dip?
Oh, it's not the dip that worries me, but it is the first time that the dip has gone down this much since I started.
Yeah. So, because when did you start stacking sats, Dante?
June 2023, a little over 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it's basically gone straight up since then.
Yeah. Like, is this? I mean, did you have any like upset tummy moments? I mean, because we're hanging out at $86,405 a Bitcoin. Did you have any moments where you're like, uh-oh, what if this goes all the way to 58? What if it's 58K gang all over again?
Yes, but not because of the price. I don't put any money in it that I'll need to like day to day, like right away. But what concerns me a bit is like what's happening with the Core 30 spam issues. That's what concerns me long term for its success. But it's not the price going down that bothers me. But I'm wondering if there's a connection.
Well, that's really interesting because here at the world's biggest Bitcoin Welcome Center, you better believe we have barely treated that core versus knots discussion, because all a brand new person needs to do is start stacking some sats. However, it's definitely raging inside the Bitcoin community. Do we run a node that really allows people to add a bunch of data into their transactions because it's upgradable money and we want to do some cool things with Bitcoin? Or do we run a knots node because it ain't Dropbox coin, it's Bitcoin? Quit using it as a database for your files and keep using it as money. It's definitely a big debate. And we've had number 33, Jameson Lopp, on the show. We just filmed with Sean, is going to be somebody that we publish next week. And Evan actually, I think, is okay with Core. But then we've had Simple Steve, JC, and other guys that are totally on the not side of the discussion. So it's almost being called spam wars. It's almost like we're at a new level of, like, this has been elevated to the level of a war, right? Because we had Bitcoin Mechanic on the show too. Mm-hmm. And Dante, I know you know which side of the aisle he's on.
Yeah.
So it seems like you've gone down the rabbit hole pretty quickly if you started June 2023 and you're already deep enough in to be trying to weigh the cost benefit analysis of which node do I run? Would you say that's true?
Yeah, because I just really care about Bitcoin. I want it to stay the same. I don't want it to change, and I don't want it needs to say like Jeff Booth says, decentralized and secure. And it's always a risk when anybody wants to tinker with it in any way. So
Yeah, and there's definitely tension between making a change that's really meaningful and simply tinkering with something because you think as a human you've always got to be updating, upgrading, tinkering, improving. Quite frankly, real quick,
without
I'm
consensus.
I'm 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 having a thought here, Dante. When we live in fiat clown world, and we always must work harder to earn more money to stay out ahead of the money printer, it makes sense to feel like we must relentlessly improve things in order to sell more of them. But in a Bitcoin world, things are allowed to simply just be good,
Yeah.
aren't they? I mean, my grandma's fridge from the 1950s out in her garage in Texas, it literally still works.
Right.
It literally is a good fridge. It's not a fridge that's gonna that the maker planned on having die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So maybe Bitcoin can just stay Bitcoin because it doesn't need to change. But maybe Bitcoin is the future of money, and you want to add a machine gun to the front of your spaceship. Go ahead, brother. Right, and then because that's the first step toward Gundams in real life. Okay.
I just hope it's successful. I just care about it. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dante, thanks so much for playing. You are now our #2 top player of all time. Congratulations. We will see you on Monday for number 23, Jake's Bitcoin Baby update. All right, he's out of here. See you, Dante. Bye-bye. By the way, while I'm talking about it, number 23, Jake, that's Monday's episode. We thought we were just going to get his Bitcoin Baby update. He, in fact, has some absolutely tragic Bitcoin news that he shared with us, something terrible that happened to him. And you all are going to want to tune in Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern for the premiere of number 23, Jake's Bitcoin Baby update. Now, Abes, do we have our boy Suleiman backstage? Let's bring the Colossus of Pakistan onto the show. He has not been in the top 3 players for a while now. And I know if he's finally figured out his internet connection. Let me stop there. Suleiman, have you finally figured out your internet connection?
Yes, I did. I just came over to my cousin's house, but still, I'm just being lazy, not solve the real issue, but just came over to cousin's house.
You need to take the Satoshis that you're winning on this show, use it to upgrade your internet so that you can play more often, so that you can get more sats, so that you can upgrade other areas of your life, dog. We're trying to be your patron here in America, Suleiman.
Well, I'll definitely try, but I'm in the phase like currently I'm stacking sets, not trying to spend them as much I could. Hold on to them.
Good. Well, you already look way crisper. There's no delay. Obviously, your cousin has good internet, so I'm happy about
Yes,
that. All
yes,
right. Okay, Suleiman, do you know how to play the game?
yes, I do know.
Okay. So let's get you started then with, I believe it's game number 3 is the set you're going to be playing here. So let me
Yes.
take a look at it here. This is game number 1. Okay, this is game number 5. Okay. Game number 3. Here we go. All right, so we're going to see if these two match up. Let's go to the first question here. Reggie, we'll click through some of these things. There's TikTok next block. We love that. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if that's the one that I have. Okay. Well, I'll just read it out to you here, Suleiman. Who created Bitcoin? Is it A, Hal Finney, B, Nick Szabo, C, Wei Dai, or D, Satoshi Nakamoto?
It's D. Satoshi Nakamoto.
What was that sound effect? Oh my God. Now, Reggie, are you pulling from the latest in Canva or are these older sets? Okay. All right. Well, Satoshi Nakamoto, 100%. There we go. Nice and easy. All right, let's move on to question number 2. We're going to see what we've got on the screen here because I know you're ready to keep going. Question number 2 for 59,092 Satoshis. What is the name of our live Bitcoin trivia game? Is it A, Block Clock, B, Stack Sprint, C, TikTok Next Block, or D, Sats and Ladders?
It's C. TikTok next block.
You are correct. Okay, so the I remember writing that question. So these are the right questions. I just don't know if these I don't know if we actually got these onto the cards. So we're just gonna yeet ourselves into the game because that's the right set. All right, now Suleiman, what do you do in Pakistan, man? What do you do for a living?
Well, I work with my father. My father has a vegetable business, so I mostly work with him.
A vegetable business. What kind of vegetables are you growing over there?
No, we just buy the vegetable on wholesale and resell them at to the customers.
Okay. So you're getting the vegetables from the growers or wherever, and then you're taking them to the
Yes,
marketplace. You're selling them
yes,
to the individual peeps. Okay. Now,
yes.
are you and your dad accepting Bitcoin?
No, not yet because nobody like Bitcoin is not yet legal in Pakistan, so we do not accept. But I want to accept it, but people not currently don't know what is Bitcoin and what it is used for, all things like that. But I definitely want to accept it Bitcoin payment.
Is it okay for you to stack sats in Pakistan? Because you're saying it's not
Yes.
legal.
No, it's legal for everybody to stack sats, but right now the government is trying to make policies. If you've seen last Bitcoin conference, or finance minister was there, and Bitcoin board was minister was there, and he was saying we're gonna create a Bitcoin Pakistan as a Bitcoin nation. So, but progress is happening, but not like. It's legal. It's legal, but exchange or policies were not made up yet.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, cool. All right, well, let's do 2 more questions for you, and then we'll wrap up for today. And then you're
Okay.
gonna you're gonna stay on the line to play the second game with us that we're gonna
Okay.
pre-record for the Thanksgiving week next week. Okay.
Okay.
So, question number 3, Suleiman, is 74,800 Satoshis. Which second layer protocol enables fast, low fee Bitcoin payments? Is it A, side chains, B, state channels, C, Lightning Network, or D, drive chains?
It's C, Lightning Network.
C, Lightning Network is correct. And actually, I believe, here in America, Suleiman, Jack Dorsey just activated Bitcoin payments across all his point of sale systems.
Yes.
They're called
Yes.
Square. I think
Yes.
it's happening over the Lightning Network. And now all of these people in America, if they want, can buy coffee and other, daily items with Bitcoin, which is kind of cool. Okay.
Yes.
Last question for today. Better not get this wrong because I need you to continue playing so that we have some tape for next week.
Okay.
Question number 4. Let's throw it on the screen and we will let Suleiman know. Okay. I hope you get this one right. In season 1, episode 11, better start going to my YouTube channel now. What is guest number 11's first name? Is it A, Alicia, B, Anya, C, Aisha, or D, Ava?
Start the timer. Let me go back to the YouTube channel. Uh, what was the episode name? Episode
Episode 11, guest number 11. So
Aisha. Aisha.
Aisha. Okay. Aisha. Now you're sure? No resources. Do you want to look at the chat? You're all good there.
Yes, I just checked the episode 11, and now with its name also written Aisha.
Okay, good. Yes. Number 11, Aisha is correct. That was kind of making me a little nervous right there. Okay, Suleiman. So we will stop the game right there because we're out of time. You will
Okay.
come back next week to continue your march toward 1,000,000 sats, which we're going to actually do right after we get off of live YouTube because we got Thanksgiving next week, right, y'all?
Okay.
So, Suleiman, I'll see you in just a bit. Let me let everybody know in the chat what they're going to see next week. Monday, we have got number 23, Jake, back for his Bitcoin Baby update. I just talked to you all about that. Tuesday, we've got Patricia, who is a pre-coiner. We have a great conversation with her. You'll have to tune in to see if she stacks the sats or chooses the cash. On Wednesday, we have Sean. He is a technical guy. He explained to us that America has two different types of money, much like China has two different types of money. And that freaking blew my mind. And I felt freshly offended because we just get freshly offended sometimes on this show by what's going on. On Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, Anna Bevan and I have taped a special little short stack to say thanks to you all and talk about what we're thankful for. And then Friday, you will see Suleiman continue his march toward 1,000,000 Satoshis. So we've got a nice week of content lined up for you. Let me see. I'm sure it's my mom who is number one in the chat. Who won the game today, Anna Bevan? I'm sure it's my mom. So thank you for playing in the chat. Of course, we will throw one more coin. God, my mom got 8 questions correct. Good gosh. Y'all got to take my mom down in the chat. She's going insane. Let's throw one more coin into Bitcoin. Well, let's see what we can do to get that 1,000,000 Satoshis to come out of the wishing well. If you're in the US or Canada, you can sign up bitcoinwell.com/satchats. They will give you 1,000 points for signing up through our little link that you can use to make 2 tosses into the well straight away. You could win 2,000,000 sats if you pop the 1,000,000 sats both times. We had it there for a second. You can also win 2,000,000 sats by subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. We are going to draw a subscriber at random when we get to 10,000 subscribers, and we're going to drop 2,000,000 Satoshis on their head. Who do we got here? 463 Satoshis. Bruh. Oh, man. Okay, so get your Lightning wallets out. Make sure that you get your scan on. And, hopefully we can hit big a little bit later on. By the way, we're publishing some collaborations with some big channels here in December. So I think we're going to jump up to 10,000 subscribers really quick. And you need to go ahead and get in now while the getting's good. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of TikTok Next Block, the live game show where you play for 1,000,000 Satoshis. It's time for me to go have lunch with my wife. Bye-bye.